my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. LeBron and Bronny. Total opposites last night. But what can we say? This team is very, very, very confusing on how it's ran. And when you look at how things operate on the Lakers, guess what? You can tell LeBron runs the team. LeBron runs the team. And listen, we talked about this. It's kind of rocky this morning. I'm in my car. But we talked about this before. That there is not one real head coach in the NBA. There's not one real coach in the NBA, right? This would be like the equivalent, right, of you watching NFL games and every NFL team is running the same play on offense and basically defense, right? 4 guys sitting at the three-point line. That's it. And 1 guy in the paint. So this would be the equivalent of, I don't know, maybe every single team in the NFL running the West Coast offense. Now, I'm not trying to say there's not many teams that run the West Coast offense, but I'm just saying that would be the equivalent if all NFL teams were running, every single team running the West Coast offense, right? So there's no real head coaches in the NBA, right? And we can look at it from the standpoint that we talked about this the other day. Where are the coaches giving the players the business? Where's it at? I don't see any coaches giving players the business. I remember when I was young, or when I watched basketball in the 80s and 90s, I don't give a damn who you were. You already know coaches are psychotic, right? They'll just start screaming at their players for no damn reason sometimes. They're like parents, you know what I'm saying? Psychotic. They can be psychotic, and they can just go off on a kid, even though the kid really didn't do nothing wrong, per se. Or the kid could do something wrong and they go psychotic on him for doing something wrong. Well, that's how coaches were, right? You blew an assignment, you didn't hustle back, you didn't play defense, you didn't run the play right. They're screaming at you. You didn't get back on, I think I said that, didn't get back on defense, things like that. You see coaches back then screaming at players in the huddle, screaming at players on the damn bench, on the court. You see coaches screaming at players when they come back to the bench. Where's this at? Where's that fire at today? I don't give a damn if it was the NBA, college, high school. Where is the fire in these coaches today? You just don't see it. You don't see it. And we talked about the refs, right? What happened to the refs? You knew these refs in the 80s and 90s basically by names. 1 to 2, I think it's like, what is it? 3 refs, I think? Might be 2. But you always knew most of your refs by name. At least one of them that was called the game. We had legendary refs. They were known to tee you up. You couldn't go up and down the court jarring at a damn referee like they do today. They would tee you up. They would call travel. They would call carry. They would call this. They would call that. Back then, a referee's word was the gospel. It was the damn gospel. Now, I'm not saying they were always perfect, or sometimes they didn't have, or sometimes they had favorites. Yes, they did. But you weren't fixing to go up and down the damn court protesting about a damn call. Definitely not all damn game, like LeBron James. And these other, basically, you wasn't going to show up the ref, right? Especially in the 80s. The 80s was bad. You know, they kind of, gave you some leeway on this stuff. I would say in the mid-90s, something like that, but nothing even close like today. So, folks, you're looking at a rigged NBA. Well, let me not say rigged. That's really not the right word to say, right? Let me take that back. You're looking at a sports league. It's not a real sports league, right? It's for entertainment purposes only, WWE type of stuff. Who was this? Not Sam Cassell. Forget this guy's name. It's so damn early in the morning. I'll get back to him. I just did a whole video on him the other day. But yeah, he came on there. Derek Fisher. He talked about this era of NBA. He was like, yeah, it's a good game if you like WWE. They know what the deal is, man. They know what time it is. They're getting sick of their eras getting pooped on, pissed on, and everything. They're sick of it. They're sick of it. These guys laid the foundation, hustled, played positional basketball, had lesser contracts, all this stuff. Had to really prove themselves to get on that starting five and things like that. And you know what's funny about the comparing eras and stuff like that and peeing on each other's era? Guess what? These guys in the 80s and 90s, they didn't start this. They didn't start this. They never was like, oh yeah, this era, the 2010s ain't no good. The 2020s was trash. Those guys could never. No, it was after. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. This did not start until when? Until 2018. LeBron got swept in the damn finals and lost his 6 finals. And he lost his 6 finals in a blowout, right? It was his 6th final blowout loss. He didn't lose 6 finals. He got blown out in 6 finals. Never seen a game 7. That's what I mean. This guy never seen a game 7. Never. In those fourth quarters, right? It was over. Those weren't close games coming into the fourth quarters. Them final blowout losses. It wasn't even close. You can go back to the Bulls when they got took to game 6, right? They got took to game 6 in a lot of those fourth quarters against a lot of those teams. They were close. Portland, Utah, Seattle. Hell no. It might have been one finals where it was a blowout in game 6 in the fourth quarter. Maybe. If you go back and look at those finals, they were blowouts in the fourth quarter. And LeBron was in there stat padding. Hey, you stat padding in the 80s and 90s and you're getting blown out? Could you imagine a coach letting a player stat pad and you're getting blown out? Wow. You stat padding, and then after you stat pad the whole fourth quarter, you ain't playing no damn defense. You're just in there to stat pad, and then you walk off the damn court. You don't even shake hands. It's the opposite. This guy stat pads and blowout wins too. He stat pads it. This is the behavior of somebody that's like psychotic, like Kamala Harris, right? If you watch the Candace Owens piece last night, and I might do a piece on that. She finally got down to the end of the road. I won't say it's the end of the road because she still has to do more on the Kamala Harris family. But they finally found out that Kamala Harris lied about her black grandmama that she had in her book, and the black grandmama that she's claiming is her grandmother. She doesn't have a black grandmother. Nope. So she lied. It's over, folks. I look for her to drop out of the race. She's a liar. She's not black. And well, that's not her black grandmama that she's saying that she was showing everybody. Also, she's been getting destroyed by social media, the media. Maybe about her last, 3-4 interviews, she's been getting destroyed. And it's funny to me because all she had to do was show up and then talk normal, act normal, be normal, and she wins. She wins, right? Why? She doesn't have to do too much. It's because Trump is known as the one who acts like this crazy character, right? And Trump does a lot of shooting himself in the foot. This country is majority minority, right? Majority minority. So we got dumb people that don't know nothing about nothing and will vote based on skin color, based on race. That's the Democrats' pitch, right? Every time every 4 years is race, right? And it's black. So this is even for white people, right? White people, a lot of them, rednecks, hillbillies, they vote based on race. But anyways, yes, this country is majority minority. What do I mean by that? Majority melanated people, right? So even though they try to put like a lot of melanated people who will be minorities, with who? They try to put them with white people, right? On the census and things like that. We already know how that works. But we've been told forever that, you know, the minorities or the melanated people should vote Democrat, right? So if the majority is minorities in this country and they mostly vote Democrat, it was an easy win for Kamala Harris. All she had to do is show up. And basically, she done turned into a damn Trump, right? She done turned into Donald Trump with all these antics and this fake life she's been living as far as being black and being a sister and all this stuff. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of people who want to identify as somebody else because they don't like their culture. For whatever reason, this woman doesn't like her culture, or maybe she thinks the black culture is something cooler to be, right? And she's trying to act like these people in her culture, right? Black people. And my stepmother used to always say, everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. For real. Ooh, that's what she used to say. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black, right? Yeah. Yeah. Kamala put all those black men behind bars and did all this stuff to the black men. And now she wants to act super black. But, you know where she went to. She went to HBC, was it a black college, historic black college. You know, a lot of those black people that go to those colleges, these just uppity black people. They don't care about poor black people or struggling black people. They didn't grow up around in the black community unless they grew up in a upper class black community. All upper class black communities, we have those far and few in between, right? Maybe Atlanta, maybe DC. You know, far and few in between, right? But yeah, that's who Kamala Harris wants to be, right? She went to all black college, which I don't know why. I think she's really confused. So her father is still a question mark, right? They found out that, you know, that's not Kamala Harris' grandmother. You know, I look for her to drop out the race. She's getting destroyed on social media in these interviews and stuff like that. She can't answer questions. She always talking about Trump every damn question. All she had to do was show up, roll out her plan, and I think Trump would have just got buried, right? Because people look at him as he's old. He has a lot of shenanigans with this guy. You know, he answers questions, but he says a lot of crazy stuff. I think she could have separated herself from who's this? Joe Biden. She just could have did a lot of stuff and could have just rolled this. It basically would have been over. She still don't know what the hell she's doing, but I'm just saying it basically would have been over with Trump, because Trump is about shenanigans, and it's the opposite, right? Well, it's the same thing with Trump. If he would just show up and be without the shenanigans, maybe he would have won. It would have just been a blowout, right? Because all he had to do was be committed to basically how they destroyed the economy for 4 years, and you can't get around it. You can't get around it. You can't get around it. I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up and my mama struggled. I hated school, but the only reason why I like going to school is because I could eat breakfast, right? In the summertime, we had no food in the house. She raised children by herself, right? She was a single mother for the majority of the time. We was poor as dirt. And to watch people just come in this country from third world countries and live great and live in suburban neighborhoods or good neighborhoods is insane. If they lived in a ghetto coming out of a third world country, they would still live better than they live back at home. It's insane. Giving these people on arrival, giving these people cars, houses, tuition to go to college, all this crap, phones, money. What? If you see how we struggled growing up, and the red carpet is actually rolled out to billions of immigrants who broke the damn law. And look, I'm not saying nothing bad about them. They were told to break the law, right? Jumping the border illegally, not going through the process, seeing if you got diseases, seeing if you a criminal through a background check, taking vaccinations to come over here, having lawyers to fill out these papers, spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. If you ask the people who did the process right through immigration, these millions of people who came across that border thanks to the Biden administration telling the Border Patrol to stand the hell down and let these people come through, and we're going to process them and ship them off to cities where we want to, so they can work for these companies that gave millions of dollars to our campaign. And then these people get all this stuff, and then guess they still didn't get processed as far as doing background checks and see if they had diseases, vaccinations, nothing. This is what people who do it right have to go through this process and pay thousands of dollars for lawyers to do it. So again, what these people did by jumping the border and coming over here is not their fault. The Democrats broke the law. Kamala Harris was in charge of the border. If you go back and look at it, the border czar. They basically broke the law and rewarded these people. These are the people we're really dealing with. And then guess what? All that money said that they gave them $66 billion. FEMA did. Why is FEMA helping these people? This is a natural disaster? Listen, the border has been in chaos for a long time, right? People have been jumping the border, getting over here for decades. But it wasn't like we told the Border Patrol to stand down, not do their job, and accommodate these people to break the damn law. Or accommodate these people after they broke the law. That has never happened, ever. You know what this is like? This is like you invite somebody to break in your damn house and then hand them all your shit. This is what it's like. Come on, break in my house and I'm gonna hand you all my shit. What? So while the Border Patrol, this department, has an annual budget of like billions of dollars a year, in immigration, billions of dollars a year, what were these guys? We gave this department billions of dollars a year to not do their job? You can't make this up. This is a literally a criminal act. A criminal act, what the Democrats did with this immigration thing. And to me, the only way you fix immigration, I done told people, the border, and I done told people before, I'm not building a wall. I'm building prisons on the damn border. That's what I'm doing. I'm building prisons. So once you jump the border, you're going to that prison. 1 year, you do it again. 5 years, you do it again. 10 years. That's the only way you deal with immigration. And I bet those people don't jump the damn border. I bet they don't jump the border. Because it ain't going to be fun to be locked up. Right? Oh, who going to pay for that? They just spent $66 billion on accommodating illegal immigrants. What do you mean he was going to pay for that? I could make less prisons on the border and save more money. I bet it won't cost $66 billion for the money that they're spending on these immigrants. And then these people come and they send the money back to their countries. What kind of sense does that make? I know you're trying to help your people over there, but it's not going into this economy, right? It's obvious. So they're accommodating these people who broke the law. They send the money back to their dictator country, right? That helps their dictator country out by sending this money back home. Look, to me, I would be making law. You ain't sending no money home unless you got some kind of work visa, some kind of what do you call it? Green card, something like that. I would tell Western Union, MoneyGram, whatever. If they don't have these papers, they're not sending any money back home. And you should be. I don't know how to send any money back home with no ID. How does that work? Without a United States ID, how does that work? Or some type of United States paperwork. You see how that works? They accommodate people who aren't citizens, who aren't green card holders, things like this, who didn't do it the right way. They accommodate these people in the United States more than they accommodate the citizens. And you see this stuff, these people are packed in 12 to a house, 3 families, no work history, no good credit, blah, blah, blah. But they tell us, if you don't have work history, as far as they tell you got to make 3 times the rent. You got to have these down payments. You got to have rental history. You can only have your family on this lease, right? or you can't get this house or apartment or whatever. But these people are allowed to come over here and do the opposite and live. I've been seeing it every day where I live. It's ridiculous. The Democrats need to go to prison. They need to be brought to justice. They literally broke the law. They literally broke the immigration laws. Ain't no way early in the morning. Ain't no way around it. So let's get back into this game that happened last night. I'm speechless. Why are these NBA players who are going to start for the Lakers damn near playing the whole damn game? What are we trying to prove here in a preseason? Who are starters? What are we trying to prove here? And why are the guys who are trying to prove themselves and trying to get a contract, they're not letting them play? I told you, this is a fake NBA league. I'm trying to tell you guys, it just don't add up. You're not trying to give these guys who ain't going to make the team or trying to make the team, you ain't trying to give them no shine. You're trying to play your starters all these minutes. And LeBron James, he didn't play. What happened? Well, I guess he clipped his toenails and cut them too short, and he had a low manage. Look, so Bronny played 2 for 4. Of course, limited minutes, so they can't really criticize him. Connect was the hero. These are the guys that's supposed to be playing. I really won't play him a lot of minutes neither, because he's making the team. Right? I'll be trying to get these other guys who trying to get a contract. Maybe they could get a contract with another team, something like that. But you can't even show. You can't even show that you was good or you had any talent because they're sitting you on the bench. I don't understand it. In the NFL, they don't play starters like that in the preseason. It's basically a joke. I don't know what the big deal is anyway. We already know that the league is entertainment anyways, right? WWE. So basically, what is Bronny averaging? Like maybe 2-4 points in the preseason? And of course, he's on the team. He got a guaranteed contract. Listen, he can get cut. They cut players all the time with guaranteed contracts. What are we talking about? Don't act like this stuff don't happen. I mean, it would be crazy to cut somebody who hasn't really actually played with a guaranteed contract, but this thing's got to be funny, man. I mean, because they gave this guy a guaranteed contract for, what was it, 3-4 years? Wow, you just can't make this up, man. So they're going to guarantee that he's going to be the circus, right, for the next 3-4 years. That's what they're guaranteeing. And like I tell you guys, don't be shocked if the script is this guy is trash in the preseason and all of a sudden he starts lighting it on fire, 12 points a game this year, and then maybe next year 18 points. I'm trying to tell you, this is going to be the script. I want to be wrong, but I won't be surprised, right? Because this is what the NBA likes, right? And this is what entertainment is, right? They want the backlash. They want the hating. They want all this stuff that's bad because it's the only thing that can push their league. It's the only thing been pushing their league since LeBron went to Miami. Bad. Not good. They like it. That way their players don't actually have to be real basketball players, right? That way the game doesn't have to sell itself based on on-court play, because we already know that's never going to happen. That can never happen. So Bronny getting all this flack, all this heat, this is big. Or it has been big. And for Bronny just to, turn his game around in the regular season. I'm trying to tell you, 4 years of this guy, there's no way they put this guy here to play 4 bad years. That would be ridiculous. And I told you guys, the only way it can happen, these players are going to have to play part, right? Play part like they've been playing part in the LeBron James Entertainment League, right? For entertainment purposes only. It's the only way it can happen. And that's the only way it's been happening. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. It's entertainment, folks. They told you from that point on that it was about entertainment. We did videos on this. LeBron was never a bad guy. He didn't like criticism. He was always the funny guy and always wanted people to like him. But the only way he could win was go build these super teams and be a villain. And he didn't do too much winning when he did that. The only way he could have a chance to win anything was still be this villain. And he became something he wasn't. Nobody ever knew LeBron for being a bad guy. Like Kobe said, LeBron's not no villain. He's a funny guy. You would think more of Kobe as not being the funny guy. Go watch some of these off-court, what do you want to call it? Just some of the stuff going on off-court with LeBron James back in the early 2000s or just in 2000 in general, you see when they're at all-star games and the Olympic team or whatever like that, LeBron is the funny guy. LeBron is the guy that entertains everybody. He's not the villain. He's put on a facade to entertain this NBA. And all the players know it. He's been putting on he done put on a mask for all these years, folks. We did a couple videos on this. This is not LeBron James. It's not LeBron James. This is the script they were given, or he was given by the NBA. And that's another thing is, LeBron doesn't run nothing. You guys, whoever says Clutch Sports and LeBron runs the media or runs the NBA, he doesn't. He's never run the NBA. He's never Clutch Sports. Nobody. Clutch Sports was birthed by the NBA. You guys got to wake up. This whole thing is entertainment. It's just another branch of the NBA to bring you more entertainment. Folks, that ain't how stuff works. Okay? Clutch Sports just can't say what they want to say, do what they want to do. LeBron can't say what he want to say. All these players can't have these podcasts and do what they want to say. This is the NBA who tells these guys what to do, what to say, how to entertain, all this stuff. The NBA controls Clutch Sports. It's not what you guys might think it's a different way. It's not like that. You can't do what you want to do at your job, and these guys can't do what they want to do at their job. These are billionaires that run this NBA. This is what these billionaires want for this NBA. Right? It's like these record companies now. They're not putting nothing into this music because it costs too much. So they're giving you fake music with no harmony, no melody, no nothing in it. No real instruments, not real talent, nothing. And they're still making money. They're still making money. And guess what? Now, all their past music is making money too, because nobody's listening to this trash that's on the radio, right? Hip-hop is dead. There's no soul music or no real R&B music. There's no rock music. There's no real alternative music. So the trash music that's on the radio, nobody's listening to it. I ain't gonna say nobody, but it's making the record companies money with their past artists, because a lot of people running away from this stuff. This stuff is garbage. And if you're young, listen to this stuff, I feel sorry for you. This is the worst substandard music you could ever listen to. So I'm gonna get off this thing. Yeah, this I don't know what to say, man. This is why they call I changed my whole channel to off script, because you're gonna come on here and you're gonna hear the reality of the world. And we're not scared because, oh man, I can't say this, man. I won't be monetized, man. I won't be monetized. No, man. It ain't about that. It's about reality. It's about the truth. That's what it's about. I know some of these channels sound good and they got good editing graphics, and they might talk more proper to me and say more big words and sound more intelligent. But guess what? They ain't giving you the business. They ain't giving you the reality of it all. They're not giving you that, and they can't, because they want to make that money. So the majority of them always going to tell you half truths. They ain't got no choice, which is fine with me. I'm not hating on anybody who is monetized. I watch a lot of channels that's monetized and get a lot of information, but they cannot dig down and talk about the reality of everything, right? Which is a clear truth about it. They can't. They can only say certain. They might sound like it, but they can only say so much. So you guys tell me what you think. The NBA continues to be a disgrace because that's the way they want it.